how to connect with your spirit guides. Hi guys, thank you so much for your patience with this video. Some of you have been requesting it for a long time, so today I'm going to share with you how I connect with my spirit guides and how you can too. So what inspired me today to be filming it is I'm in the forest and there's this chipmunk that keeps making sounds, and the chipmunk is one of my spirit animals, so I figured it's time to share with you guys how I know that this is one of my spirit animals and this whole process. So that's also Bailey there. Our pets can even be spirit animals in a sense, and or spirit guides, and we'll get into all of this. With spirit animals, what's interesting is you can actually see them in physical form quite easily. So sometimes you'll have an animal that visits you multiple times, and then that's a sign. So consider anything that's happening 3 times that you're very aware of as a sign. So the something presenting itself 3 times in 3 forms is a sign. So with the chipmunk, for example, whenever it first started visiting me, I'd be in my bedroom and there'd be a chipmunk like running across my window, like right at my windowsill. And then I'd come to the forest and the chipmunk would keep making sounds in the forest. And then one time I was in the forest and there was a chipmunk that came right up to me. Oh, I guess Bailey found something, but so anyways, this chipmunk in the forest was really close to me and I was like talking to it and I was like, hi, and then it literally ran over to me. I was barefoot. It ran over to my ankle, like nibbled my ankle for a second. It was just like, and then like ran off, and I was like, what? Like, this chipmunk literally just bit me. So sometimes it was like the tiniest, like there was no marks or anything. It was just like I don't know, it was super odd, but that's how sometimes they can be presenting themselves to you, is like very clearly in physical form. So different things like that. Also, I had a bear encounter in the forest that I thought I was gonna die from it. So maybe I'll make a video actually for you guys about my bear encounter in the forest. But bears are another spirit animal that work with me. So you can have multiple spirit animals, multiple spirit guides. Sometimes they'll visit you in physical form, or other times it's an animal that you just keep noticing maybe in images. A lot of people will see like owl images, or you might notice hawks, so different things like that. Or there are also oracle card decks that you can get that are for spirit animals specifically. I'll see if I can link some in this video description, and you can have a card deck where you just shuffle the cards and you ask what animals are working with me right now, because every animal has different energy and different messages and different guidance for you. So you might have an animal that's working with you for 4 months, because these 4 months of your life you're going through something really specific that a specific animal is going to help you with. And you might have other animals that are with you for life, because this is part of your life path. So spirit animals, spirit guides might come and go, or you might connect with them all throughout your life, or there might be periods where, let's say for 6 months straight, you've got this animal working with you, and it's an animal that's there for life, but it might not be present in your life at all times. So yeah, you get this deck of cards and you can lay them all out, or you can just shuffle and see if a card falls out. Then that's whatever card is coming through with a message for you. So what I do if animals are coming to me in a really clear way, especially with those 3 signs that I know that it's for sure, like we've got the 3 signs and I feel like this animal has a message for me, then I'll just simply Google. I'll look up, like let's say the hummingbird is another one I'm working with. So I would say like hummingbird spirit animal, or hummingbird spirit animal meaning, or something like that. And you'll find a website. I'll link a website too in the description, and maybe a book too, because there are really good books that go a little bit more into detail with the description of these spirit animals. And it'll simply let you know what energies this animal is embodying and what it might be teaching you, what you're being called to do at this time. I also have the eagle, and that calls you into a space of leadership. So there's a lot of different things that come from different animals, and that's a really good way of connecting with them. And sometimes it can be easier because they appear in the physical form. Sometimes you might just get visions of them. I had a vision of an eagle in a really clear way once when I was asking God or the universe. I was saying like, why am I meant to go to this specific place, give me some sort of guidance or direction on what's taking place here. I saw an indigenous community like dancing, and I saw an eagle, and I felt like, okay, this is a message for me. And so I looked into that a little bit more, and it was a very clear and powerful message for me. So that's how animals will present themselves. There are other things, like if you have loved ones who have passed away, sometimes they'll present themselves to you in different ways. Like one that I have working with me is a dragonfly, and that's because of my mom, because her father passed away a number of years ago when I was younger, and she was out on like a little floating bed in like a floating mattress in the river, and she was thinking about him, and then all of a sudden, this was like right after he passed away, and then all of a sudden a dragonfly landed on her one hand, and then a dragonfly landed on her other hand, and she felt like, oh my god, like I feel like this is a sign, or it's almost like a reminder of him, or it's a sign that he's here with me. And so dragonflies are a really potent one for spirits who've passed. Butterflies too. Butterflies can also symbolize rebirth, so it symbolizes death and rebirth, in that nothing ever ends completely. Whenever a death happens, it's simply the body of your spirit that is no longer hosting your spirit, but your spirit is still always in existence, and it's flowing into other forms. So those are some beautiful reminders of spirits who've passed or loved ones who've passed. Also put in the comments if you guys have any specific ones that work with you. I'm even seeing rainbows, like for some people, for loved ones who've passed, a rainbow will come up, and it's just showing like we might see life as this sunshine, and then we might see death as something that's more sad or something that we grieve with tears, like the rain, and then rainbows come from that. So there's always beauty in everything that happens in life if we're open to seeing it. So another way is, and this is maybe an exercise that you guys can do, but if you get into a quiet space, you get into a bit of a meditation, and then you can actually write a letter to learn about your spirit guides, or to feel or figure out kind of which ones are working with you. So in this letter, and this is something that I learned in my level 2 Reiki class, and I'm going to be soon teaching Reiki online. So if you guys are interested in becoming trained and certified in Reiki, which is a form of energy healing, then make sure you either leave a comment down below or subscribe here, because I'll be letting you guys know in future videos once the course is live too. But that's a great opportunity to also connect further with your spirit guides and to further develop your intuition. So what we learned, and this is what I'll share with you guys, is you can write a letter to your spirit guides, and in the letter you can start by first apologizing. You can write, I'm sorry that I haven't been communicating with you, and then thank them. Say thank you for being with me and for guiding me. And then you can say, I'm open to learning from you, and I would like to develop communication with you, a connection with you. And then you can say, please present yourselves. Who or what am I working with? And then you can meditate on this and see, you might get visuals of different things, and then you just free flow write everything that's coming to you. So you don't stop and question, you don't judge, just let everything come to you as clearly as possible. You might get visuals of things. When I first did this, I was getting tons of things like animals, Gaia as a whole, like Gaia is like the consciousness of this planet that's working with me. I had a vision of Kali, who's a Hindu goddess that I didn't even know who she was. I just saw this vision, and I could see this like blue figure with multiple arms. And so I looked it up afterwards, and different things. I even have like Christian, like I've got like Mary Magdalene, Jesus. I have dolphins. I have reptiles. I have elementals like fairies and gnomes. I have spirits from outer space, like from other realms, dimensions, other planets. So there are tons of different forms that spirit guides can come in, and they might all come to you at different times with different messages, but using that sort of rule of threes whenever you're looking for signs from your spirit guides can be really good. The reason I also said that our pets like Bailey can be our spirit guides is that with Bailey, she's actually my mom's dog, so my parents take care of her, and then whenever I'm staying with them, I get to spend really quality time with Bailey too, and Bailey will come in and teach me different things. Dogs will teach you playfulness. Bailey especially teaches me adventure and connecting with nature. I feel that I've connected with her in past lives too. She's been an animal friend that's been with me in many lifetimes, so she's also connecting me to my past lives. And animals also teach, like, basically they operate in another dimension they're always tied to this life force energy, so they are very connected to the spirit world. Animals can actually see spirits, so if you have a loved one who's passed away and it seems like your dog or your cat is like chasing something that doesn't exist or is looking at something that doesn't exist, likely they're connecting with a spirit. So it could be a spirit of a person or a spirit of any type of guide, but very young babies, children will see them easily. So will dogs. I worked in daycares before, and there was one time where I could feel like a green light moving around me. Like I could feel that I had a spirit guide around me, and it was kind of like flowing around, as all I could really see of it was like a green. I could just feel like it was a green energy moving around. And then all of a sudden this 1.5-year-old started pointing towards it, and he was like, la 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 la, and he was like following it around the room, and I was like, that's my spirit guide, you can see it. And he was like so excited, like he could see it. And I'm not fully sure, it felt like it could have been a loved one or a fairy, or sometimes you don't always know exactly what it is that's guiding you, but it's just a matter of trusting their protection and their guidance. And if ever it scares you to be connecting with things that you can't see, always ask for protection. Say, please protect me, please protect me. You can say whatever word you want to use. I'll use God, please protect me, and keep me safe. You can ask for protection from specific spirit guides. You can just say the affirmation, I am protected, I am safe. You can visualize like a barrier of safety around you. So whatever you want to do as your form of protection or safety, put that into place, because if you're connecting with energies that you can't always physically see, I understand that sometimes it can bring about a sense of fear, like you're opening yourself up to other realms and realities and dimensions, and you don't want to let in any type of energy that may be harmful towards you. So just having that barrier of protection up will keep you safe. This is another thing I like to use Reiki for, is just I feel like it sets up that healing and protective energy all around me as well. So yeah, there are also different symbols. I can't think of the name for this symbol, but it starts with an A, and this is a symbol that's very protective. I'm going to show it right here because I can't think of it right now, but you can visualize this symbol all around you, protecting you and giving you guidance. And that's the other thing too, sometimes spirit guides can come in the form of sacred geometry, shapes. Like there's so many things that act as guides for us. Trees are so protective and healing, and they can be spirit guides too. So anything like that, like there's always messages in different things. So if you feel like there's something that you really resonate with and you're feeling called to it, then just look up like whatever it may be. It could be like flower spirit guide, or anything like even extraterrestrials or aliens, like alien spirit guides. Like there's tons of different species that work with us, and they aren't necessarily like those typical aliens that you would be used to seeing. They might look actually pretty similar to us. There's different sort of energies that exist. There's that chipmunk reminding me to just have fun. So I don't know if there's anything else I'm leaving out or forgetting on how I connect with spirit guides or how they work with me. The thing with them, like that bear encounter that I had, maybe I'll get into that another time. So make sure to let me know if you're interested in seeing that video of my bear encounter and maybe what that meant for me. and why it may have presented itself in a way that would have felt scary to me. So yeah, I'll leave that for that video. So it'll talk a little bit further on how spirit guides can sometimes work with us. So thank you so much for being here. If I have left out anything in this video, please leave a comment too, just asking me further questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. And may you be happy, healthy, and free. Thanks so much. Bye. Bailey says bye too. She's fixated probably on a chipmunk. Bye.